most drama from. And it really comes from, it's like a lot of drama in the world. You know, you turn the TV on and you're watching the news, and you just see all the sad things that are happening on the news every day.
Right.
And so, but it doesn't really affect you because, I mean, it does in a way, because you hate to hear those sad stories and stuff, but it's worse when you get that information from people that you love, because nobody wants to see or feel a family member, you know, suffering or going through. You know, our desire is that everybody is happy and that their needs are being met and that they're comfortable in life, but it doesn't always work that way. And so it's devastating when you have family members that have problems, you know, and especially if they're an adult, it really is hurting because you kind of feel like by now people should have somewhat figured out what they need to do to avoid a lot of situations that will bring them drama, and that's what I do. The way to avoid drama, unfortunately, is to avoid people. And that's what I try to do. I just choose not to, I keep everything at a minimum, everything. And like I said, I try to help people. If somebody needs help, they know they can call me.
Well, how do you help people if you're avoiding drama?
Because what happens is, I'm not out of the line of communication. I don't want to be out of the line of communication with people. So I still have people call me all the time. And so, but when people call me, you know what, I'm a really good listener, so I listen. And if I can help, I always ask people, is this something I can do for you? You know, do you need me to make a call? Or, you know, if it's finance, you know, need a couple dollars or whatever. And I try to be there for people in that way. But once I'm done, it's like my thing is now that problem should be resolved. And so I'm not saying another problem's not going to come up, but I'm not expecting to hear about that same drama over and over again.
Right. But
because I feel like in life, people, it's a thing called like skills that you learn when you're in school, and then it's certain life skills. And so you should, at this point, anybody to me, and this is just how I feel, if they're over the age of just say maybe 30, 35, you should have acquired life skills that will help you deal with whatever comes your way. But a lot of people, it's like they, for whatever reason, they still, I think it all has to do with the environment people expose themselves to.
Why are you just going through the motions then, basically just dealing with people?
No. I don't go through the motions.
Are you actually connected to the emotion of what the person is telling you? And you're like, look, I'm out here fucked up. I'm going through shit. You
yeah, I'm connected. I feel it. I mean, if they're telling me they're having a problem, yeah, I feel it. And I really feel.
Well, how you then able? If you feel it, how you then able to just flip the switch and say, okay, and go right back and say, okay, like, okay, I can cut this shit out.
Because what I've done is basically I kind of train myself. I'm not saying I could do it in every situation. Each situation is different,
right?
So I deal with each situation the way it comes to me. And so for the most part, I just try to help people. And
I struggle with it. This is the reason I'm going to ask you that. As I struggle with it, like I connect almost too much, and then like it's hard for me to not get emotionally entangled. And then like I'm almost like an empath. And then like when people tell me their problems, I'm listening as I'm experiencing it myself almost. And then like, you see what I'm saying? So like I'm going through the, like that's why I don't like to like the same reason why a lot of people disconnect. And they're like, man, you know what? I can't even listen to that shit because I'm gonna connect. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, but I connect too much almost. And then like, you see what I'm saying? Like I'm experiencing it just as they're experiencing it. You see what I'm saying? So like, that's why I say, okay, well like, when you offer help, like I'm listening to what you're saying, but at the same time I'm like, okay, well, are you really connected or are you just going through the motions?
No, everybody, let me just tell you this. So everybody is different. And so everybody's going to handle a situation the way they feel is the best way to handle it. For me, no, I'm not emotionally disconnected from that person. But at this age, in this stage of my life, it's like, okay, this is how I feel. As I said, I feel like God has really blessed me. I have the means to help people. He's provided me like the means, like say, it depends. If it's financial, maybe I can help. If it's emotional, I can offer emotional support.
Right.
But I'm basically more able now to control my emotions. Okay, the only thing that devastates me, where I can say my emotions are uncontrollable and I'm just like really vulnerable, is if somebody passes away.
Right. You don't.
But in an everyday life situation,
you can deal with this shit.
I can take it, yes. And so I can handle that. So it's like people come, they may say they need help, like I do.
So why you feel so right? So at this point, that's why I asked you. I was like, okay, well, like, where do you go to kind of spread your fire at? To kind of spread, like, where do you feel welcome? You said, well, I'm welcome here in my home. Obviously, everybody feels welcome in their home. But like out, like, obviously, you at this point in your life, you feel a point. You feel there's something there interjecting. Like, don't. Basically, you know, you're young and naive. You know what I'm saying? You thinking that you want to go out and, you know what I'm saying, change the world. You know what I'm saying? But like, obviously, when you come to an age, you be like, okay, well, look, mind you, I'm only asking you because I'm in my 30s.
Okay.
My father, the same thing. He used to struggle with this a lot. Like, whether disconnect from people totally, or welcome people's problems and try to fix them. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, right. So me time traveling, listen, like my father advice. You know what I'm saying? When I tried to vibe with him, he was in his 60s. You know what I'm saying? 50s, 60s. And he was struggling with this, and like, man, like, should I, like, when people come to me with their problems, should I try to help them, or should I just totally disconnect? You know what I'm saying? And like, he used to, like, so on certain days, he'd say, you know what, okay, yes, it's good to help people. And then on certain days, he'd be like, man, fuck people, I'm never helping nobody again. Like, and I used to watch this back and forth all the time. So like, I used to try to figure out, okay, then like you say, every situation is what it is. You got to deal with, right? You see what I'm saying? So in the spirit of that too. But ultimately, though, if you're going to lean it one way toward, okay, should you help people or should you not? You know what I'm saying? Me at an age right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, should I disconnect or should I go to places where I feel welcome, or should I, you know what I'm saying? Or like, should I just, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, me looking at it, okay, time traveling wise, am I going to feel better 20 years from now? You see what I'm saying? If I go to places and try to help people, or if I just stay in my own domain and just wait for the problems to basically come to me. Like, you see what I'm saying? Are you following what I'm saying?
I understand exactly what you're saying. Well, I'm gonna just say my advice to you is, I don't think. Listen, it's life is progression, and so it's experiences. So for me, I want to say this: I, at a very young age, okay, always went out, always partied, always was around a whole bunch of people. I call it living a life like in the streets. And so I've been around a lot of people, celebrities, everyday people, just people I know, you know, about you going in the clubs and stuff too. You get to know a lot of people. I met a lot of really, really nice people. And so then I met bad people.
Experiences, right, different experiences, right.
Being out in the streets and just stuff, I listened a lot.
I'm the same way. So many things you touch on, it echoes through my whole life. You don't even understand.
But here's the thing.
So ultimately, though, the bigger picture is
that what are you going to do with what you learn? What are you going to take from?
That's why I'm taping this. Okay. Go ahead. All right, go ahead.
And so what I want to say is, you got to take it all in. And then you, inside of yourself, you process it, and then you react to it, and that's just life. That's how you
exactly.
That's how you form.
And we just talk, right? We generalizing just for the sake of to wrap context around our thoughts.
Correct.
But generally speaking, just talking shit. Is it better to welcome the bullshit or cut yourself off from the bullshit? And I remind you, we just talking, just in like, you know,
have to be able to filter it. You have to. It's like a filtering process. So you know what? Here's the word. So the word is discern. You have to be able to discern it. This is how I look at a situation. When it comes to me, I say, is this something I can
deal with, handle,
process? Can I deal with that, or is this too much for me? So say if it's something I can deal with, that's when I will offer my help. But then if it's something I can't, I say to people, this is what I do now. Let me get it and show it to you.
I love my auntie, nigga. I don't want to know you love my auntie. Martin has a crush on you apparently or something.
Oh no, that's okay.
He has a thing for black women or something. I don't understand.
Prayer bucket.
What is that?
This is everybody. If you got a problem, I'm gonna write your name down. I'm going to pray over it, and I'm going to put it on in the bucket.
Wow.
And guess what? It's not my problem anymore.
How did you come up with that?
This is God's problem.
How did you, what made you come up with, right, nah, what made you come, what made you come to that?
Problems that They come to us.
They come to you, can't do
gravitate
anything.
to us.
So I made a
Sit
bucket.
down. Can you sit, please? I'm trying. I gotta.
So I made a bucket, and in this bucket, there's all these. So like, say Felicia may call and say, "Can you say a prayer for Leslie?" Because I think she just mentioned this the other day. Leslie was looking for. She wanted an interview, and so she was trying to find, wondering if she was going to get a job. So I wrote her name down on a piece of paper. Hold on 1 second. I'll show you how it works.
This is the shit nobody knows.
I have these slips, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a slip out, and it says, "I am praying for," and then I write the name on there, and so I write your name on there, and then I'll say, "Lord, this problem is bigger than what I can handle, but I know that you can handle all things." So when I write this name, I'm going to throw it in my bucket, and I release, and I give it to you in love. I'm done.
Who taught you this?
I just picked it up on my own.
Now, what were you? Do you remember? When did you start this? What do you remember? How long ago?
I started it probably about, I'm gonna say, a year ago.
What was you going through? What do you remember? What was going on at the time when you?
I was feeling full, like it was so much going on. It was like I can't handle it all. It happened when I was going. I told you. All of a sudden, I started having, like, I would feel kind of like funny, and then I would give myself
funny weights, right? Hold on. What do you mean you start feeling? That's what I'm trying to tap into, right? What do you mean you started feeling funny?
Just, like right now, I could just be sitting, and all of a sudden, I would just start like feeling like I was out of breath, and I got
like when you was in the club and you started seeing, right? Okay,
and
right.
I got
So
really scared.
what is right? Okay, go. What is that? What is there a thing that brings that on?
I went to the doctor because I thought it was medical.
Right.
And the doctor told me that I was having what they called panic attacks.
Okay.
Okay. And so I said, well, what can I do to cure it? And he was like, well, first of all, I don't want you to drink any coffee. I don't want you to drink
anything that's going to bring, that's going to bring your heart rate up.
Don't drink any pop. Don't drink any
sugar.
And then he was like, and you got it. And I told him, I said, you know what? You're not going to even believe this. I had asked God, I was like, oh, I know what. I came home from the doctor, and that day I was doing my regular routine. I started smoking a cigarette, and then it hit me again.
What hit you again?
I was having a panic attack.
Okay.
I started feeling short of breath.
So you started to see the pattern.
I threw my cigarette out, and then I said, I wonder, is it my cigarette? So it made me just stop. I threw my cigarettes out.
Okay.
And so then I kept having them.
Okay.
Okay. And so then I start writing down. I'm like, what? When am I?
Right.
When am I having them?
Right.
What is bringing it on? I realized that I was bringing them on. They would come on after like certain conversations about life. I was on the phone talking to my friends, and they would be talking about life and drama and stuff happening in the world. And when I would hang the phone up a few minutes later, I would be getting dressed, and all of a sudden it would hit me. I felt as though I was carrying too much information.
Right.
So a way to get rid of it, I said, you know what? I need a way to just let this go.
Blow back.
And so I got to physically do something. So the doctor suggested I take yoga, but I was like, I don't go to no yoga class. So I said, you know what? I got a better way. And I just happened to be sitting on the side of my bed one day, and I said, you know what? I'm going to make me a prayer bucket. And I had this was somebody had given me it was a planner, and I just took it and I wrote prayer requests, and that's how this was born. And so ever since then, it's full of stuff. I don't want anything. Let me just say this to you. I'm making it because you're recording me. They're in here. These are God's problems. If anything ever happened to me, you all can read them. But for now, they're like, it's between me and God.
Let me ask you a question. There's a lot of things you could have did. You could have started painting. You could have started a website. You could have started a youth group. Why was it prayer requests specifically?
Because I felt as though I needed to release it where I know it would get a result right away.
Say that again?
I needed to release it to God because I felt if I asked, the Bible says if you ask, it shall be given unto you. I believe in God and I believe in the Bible. Okay, I was raised in a home which is a Christian home, and so I never really had practiced it. And I want to tell you, I started doing that, and believe it or not, people would call me and say, Adrian, you're not going to believe this. You told me you put my name in the prayer bucket, and you won't believe what happened. I got the job.
Okay, so you started seeing results.
I started seeing results.
And that's what had you start tweaking. Right.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, it's kind of scary.
That's what happened with my channel with the YouTube, right? I started seeing comments.
Yeah, when you start
when you start doing your practice and you start saying, right.
So I was
man,
getting like positive feedback.
hey, salute. Right, hold on, pause real quick, man. That's real. That's real shit.
So
Cheers to my auntie.
Okay.
Who's beautiful. Don't be trying to hit on my auntie, bro.
Oh no, he's not.
Don't be trying to come over here and feel like shit. Black girl fantasies with my auntie, bro. That's gross. Don't do that. Don't do that.
So that's why I do it. And so now here's the thing. So I don't have. After a while, I noticed that I wasn't having any anxiety attacks at all.
When you started doing the prayer request?
When I started doing it, the first.
Wait. Who did you tell that you was doing this? How did people even know that you were like? How did you tell people?
I would tell people because
tell people what?
I'm gonna put your name on a sheet of paper and put your name in my prayer bucket.
That you just told people just like that, like, hey, I'm gonna write your name down on a piece of paper.
I'm gonna write your name down on my list, and I'll put your name. Like right now, if somebody tell me they got a promise, what is the person's name, and they'll tell me the name, and I write it on this piece of paper. I made these up. I like them like fancy and cute. And it says I am praying for, and I write their name on there, and then I fold it up and I'll kiss it, and I'll say, Lord, this person. Look over them, please, wherever they go, whatever they're doing, whatever the situation is. She said she just had a death in the family, whatever. Please bring her comfort in Jesus' name. I thank you.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What's the biggest result you've seen? Like somebody called you back and was like, "Oh man, like what's the of all of the stories you done heard, of all of the prayers you done did, like what's the biggest one that you done heard that was like, okay, hold on, this is working. This is working for real. Like,
the biggest one was. It was a turnaround in a person's life who was really going through some I don't want to.
Don't throw them out there, right? I'm just
somebody that was going through something really and all of a sudden their whole situation within I'd probably say maybe a couple weeks it turned around.
Can you tell me kind of what the situation was without?
They were having a lot of problems in their life, like say. About to lose their home, a lot of stuff was going to go on, and they found an alternative. Or the other result was a person who was unemployed, had been looking for a job forever, turned around. This lady at my job, her daughter was involved. Her daughter's say the daughter is 14. She shared with me that her daughter had got involved with this guy who looked like he was 18, but he in essence was like 30. Her daughter was involved with that guy, and she kept telling her daughter something is not right. He actually kidnapped her. It was really like a lot of
drama. And
it was weird because I'm telling you what, she shared all that with me, and I'm like, why is this lady telling me? I'm like, you know what? Probably because her name needs to go in the prayer bucket. I asked her, what is your daughter's name? She gave me the name. I wrote it down on my slip. I prayed over it, and I threw it in there. And I said, Lord, you know, you can see it all. You know the situation. And so can you please help? The other result, okay, I'm giving you another, this is a mega result. So Joe's mother has heart disease.
Right, we were talking about that.
Last summer, his mother was in the hospital like every other day. And so I was like, you know what, this is crazy. They couldn't figure out, she kept going. She was afraid because she has panic attacks. She thought something else was going on. So his mother would go in all the time. Oh, I'll give you another one. This is going to really blow your mind. I'll start with his mother first. So anyway, to make a long story short, with his mom, I put her name in the list. I'm like, Lord, I don't know what's going on, but can you please heal her or make whatever's happening in her body, calm that down so that she can function on her own. She don't have to keep going to the emergency room. This is crazy. Joel is going. I said, Lord, he's going. He's really trying to keep her up and stuff. Wrote it down on there. And his mother now, she don't go to the emergency room. You ask Joel how his mother did, he gonna tell you she's fine.
Did you instantly connect the thought that what you had worked, or it just kind of happened in passing? Like did you as it's like a, you know, as a plant grows, you just kind of look up and see, wow, it grew crazy, like, you know what I'm saying, like, or did you notice, right, like, did you, but did you notice the growth as it was happening, or did you? I
was like, the prayer bucket is really working. That's why I was like telling people, you know, I just tell people, listen, just
stop. So wait, just real quick before you make this, hold that thought, because we lost a little bit of info. I just wanted, so we were talking about intentions, we were talking about magic, we were talking about the fact that you are literally writing down names on a piece of paper and throwing them into a bucket, and the fact that,
tell you that.
Right, well, I'm just we lost some footage here, and I'm just recovering. I'm gonna let you, you know what I'm saying, but this literally says prayer request. So like you telling people, look, I'm gonna write your name down on a bucket and throw it in the bucket. So if I'm listening to you, I told you, look, I got cancer. Hey, I'm broke. Hey, I'm fucked up. And you tell me, okay, look, I'm gonna write your name down on a piece of paper and throw it in the bucket. And now in the back of my mind, I'm thinking,
she crazy.
Right, but somewhere you thinking what?
I'm not thinking I'm crazy.
What are you thinking?
Because I'm gonna write your okay, so I'm gonna write your name down and I'm gonna put it in my prayer book and I'm gonna ask God to help to heal this individual. I'm not God. I'm asking, but I do believe in God, and I believe I'm coming to God. I am asking Him to show favor to your situation, and He will. And God, if that person believes whatever, I do believe in within my heart, He will show favor.
Pause. You said, don't mess with a person's mind. If they believe what you,
leave them alone.
Why did you say that? You said don't mess with a person's mind.
I feel that a lot of times people are in a circumstance because they believe they're in a circumstance, but they're not. You're not. Your situation is not what you think it is. You can get out of it if you believe. Do you believe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously.
See how I'm talking to you?
Right.
Do you believe me?
Yes.
You believe everything I've been just telling you?
Yes, that's why we.
All right.
Right.
That's how I believe.
Follow your lead.
I'm gonna give you a phenomenal.
But at the same time, I'm still living in real life circumstances. You know what I'm saying? So like.
Let me give you something right now that's gonna blow you back.
Go ahead.
Joel Johnson. Joel has prostate cancer.
I didn't know that.
Yes, he does.
I'm sorry.
No, why are you sorry?
I'm just because
okay. I'm sharing this with you because I want to just say this. So he was diagnosed with it probably the mind. That's going to give you a good example of the mind. I believe this is 2018. So it probably was in 2016.
About a year ago.
Mm-hmm. So him and I, when I first found out, this is something I realized in life. Listen, Malik, everything that has happened to me in my life has prepared me for everything that I'm going through.
Right, right.
That's why I said, no, don't get out the game. When you say, should I just shut myself? No, because it's a lot to learn. You're going to pick it up, but you got to be out there to pick it up. So listen to what I'm saying. My father, I'm back all the way up. My mother had cancer.
Mm-hmm.
My father had cancer. Prostate.
Robert Thomas.
Okay. My brother had cancer. I saw.
Right. We saw. Right. Right.
So
right.
I saw, and I know what it can do to an individual.
Right.
So now, if somebody tell me they got cancer.
Right. It's a different
it's
approach.
Sort of like I have a different outlook on cancer.
Right. Right.
You do.
Right.
Oh, okay. I'm not freaked out. I'm not gonna freak out. I'm not going to talk to you about death. I ain't going to talk to you about how I can eat you up, or how you going to be debilitated, or laying in your bed, and people looking down on you, and you, that's not life. I'm going to speak to life. That's what I try to speak to, is to life. Look, whether we want to.
The light, instead of the dark, the light.
That's where I'm coming
and
from.
you in a cave, you looking for the light.
That's what it's all about. That's what this is about. It's about the
so
light.
you was going through anxiety attacks, and then you felt that there was some type of different energy that was
That's
telling
correct.
you to go through a higher purpose.
That's correct.
So you started making this.
That's right.
And
Stop thinking of a negative. Don't look at it. That's why that's why I say, if you wait a minute, if you call me and you all up in my space and I'm listening, girl, oh man, I'm like, oh my God. We ain't got time for this. So that's why I'm gonna help you. What can we do?
You sound
so we can come up out. We need to come up out of that. Cause I'm gonna tell you this right now. It's gonna come a time when the light gonna go out. That when I say the light gonna go out, I mean that's when that person, somebody you know gonna die. You gonna die. That's what I'm saying. So I can't stop that. But the Bible, look, I'm gonna read something to you.
You remember how many be?
God grant me ability to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I
And the
can,
wisdom.
and wisdom to know the difference.
I got this.
That's our philosophy. You got it.
I just got the synopsis of it, but yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
That's what life is about.
Yeah.
We can't be sitting around focusing on drama or being in, being sad and broke down and anybody that want to do that. I'm here. My thing now is I'm gonna have to try to help you see the light because I want to be happy. I want you to be happy. I want to be happy, and I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know. Do you have children?
No.
Okay. It's kids. A lot of people got small kids. They don't need to feed off that negative vibe. Wake up. Pull yourself up. And so whatever it takes for me to keep that going, that's what I try to do. And that's just, I don't want to be around. I just don't. And Malik said, why are you by yourself? Well, when I'm talking to, now I'm telling you, when I'm talking to people, I'm a very good listener. So I start listening to people. Be like, girl, oh, wow. They be like, girl, you. Let me get this. I'm sorry, I'm about to.
That's the end of it right there. That's the bottom of the barrel, right? I ain't gonna. Alright, look, hold on. Well, I got you on tape. I'm gonna ask you these last ones. I know he gotta get out of here, so I'm only get him out of here. But I want to ask you this. Well, I guess I do, and I do, and
I want to be the light to other people. I've been in my life. I've been through a lot, but I just want to be the light now.
Yeah. I'm taping her. That's what I'm getting this out.
And that's all I'm saying. I just want to be the light.
Well, how you gonna get the light if you disconnected? And that's the only reason I'm trying to just around context, around the practicality of it's a practicality of things.
You gotta bring that lens up because it's still.
Oh, damn, good call.
In order for me to keep it going,
Good
in
look.
order for me to keep that light, keep that energy within myself, I can't.
There's, like you say, every situation is different.
If you come around me and you all, that vibe is like all around. I'm like, oh, they messing with my vibe, messing with my vibe. I gotta back you up. That's why I need to be to myself, so that when it's energy within. So when you come to me, I'm good to go.
Let me ask you this too. Well, I got you.
I'm a problem solver. That's what I do at work. That's all I do.
Let me pause this. Stop this.
Listen, I'm cold.
That you the one they go to when there's some bullshit going down,
like, oh, I'm so cold. Or they'll say, Adrian, like Friday, this girl came and said, Adrian, I tried to go into 5B conference room, and there's somebody sitting in 5B, and I looked on the calendar, and I have it reserved, and I don't know this guy Moises. I don't know why Moises is in 5B. I reserved 5B, and these people need to know when I reserve a room, that's my room. It's all I'll let her go on. I'm like, oh, that is.
Sound like speech almost.
So now I'm going into my acting mode. I'm like, oh my
God. How you not just going through the motions? That's why I asked you. So are you going through the motions?
Because I train myself that way. I'm like, oh my God, that's terrible.
You're not feeling nothing. You're just going through the motions though.
No, I can't feel you.
Why is this a better effective strategy of communication than to literally telling somebody, look, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Like me, it's cold. Look, it's cold out. I'm Aquarius. You a Leo. It's cold out. Look, hold on. Let me finish this thought real quick. When you go to the gas station right now, you go put some gas. Or you walk outside right now, you stand at the bus right now. Nigga walk up on you. Look, excuse me, man. I'm broke. I ain't got no money. I'm fucked up. It's cold. It's cold as hell. You moving. Like, you sure what I'm saying? You like I ain't got, look, no. Like, I ain't got time. Fuck that shit you talking about. I'm born into this type of energy. You born in August when it's warm out, or July when it's warm out. So you like, okay, well you got time to vibe. Like it's okay, it's the vibe. It's like you can vibe out, you can hang out a little more.
I would never say that to someone.
I can say that because this is what I'm trying to. This is my father. Same shit. It's a different energy.
Yeah, I know. I was with him when
it's a different energy. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. Like basically, in a nutshell. This is what I'm trying to say is that like you.
Take this back there with you too, sweet. Throw this in the garbage.
This is what I'm trying to basically.
It's a box. Throw it in the recycling box. Throw it in the garbage.
Why is it a better? Why is what you doing a better effective sort of communication than just saying, man, fuck that, I ain't got time to hear what you saying, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here, I'm gone. Like, why is it better to go through the motions than to just to tell somebody, man, fuck that shit you talking about, I'm gone?
Because, listen.
The energy, the vibe of things?
It's not, no, because I don't know that person, internally, I don't know you, and so I'm not going to be rude to you. I don't know what kind of day you had or what you got going on at home, whatever, that make you feel like you so superior and that you should have that room and why is somebody in that room. So I'm going to roll right with you. That's how I feel. It's not worth it. I'm not going to try to analyze it. I'm going to roll with you and say, oh, that's horrible. I'm going to feel you. Oh, that's horrible. Okay, I'll let him know. So
but you're just going through the motions in the back of your mind.
What do you want me to do?
In the back of your mind.
I said to her, what do you want me to do? She's like, oh, I know you're the only one that can get a resolution to that. And that was a compliment. So I said, okay, well, I tell you what. I opened up my supervisor's office, who's on vacation, and I told her, go in there and have your meeting. That made her really feel important. I was like, go on in there. Go in Devin's office, which is off limits. But I just kind of, you know what? Because Malik, a lot of people I don't live in a fantasy world. They live in a fantasy world.
Me as an Aquarius, total opposite energy of what you're saying.
Yeah, they live in like a.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
You probably don't support the fantasy. I'm like, you know what? If that's what you look.
Nah, look, this is what I'm saying. I'm trying to tell you, I got viewers on YouTube. And motherfuckers say some shit like this. Like, Leos are fake as fuck. Why Leos are fake? I'm gonna say I'm gonna break it down. Like, Leos are fake. Why Leos are fake? Because they'd rather vibe out with you on some fake shit instead of just looking at you in your face and tell you, man, get the fuck out of my face. I ain't trying to hear that shit.
Because we don't deal with all that.
I will do that.
You don't never look at somebody in the face like, look, man, I ain't got time for the bullshit. None of that. Fuck that shit. Get the fuck out of my face.
I never say that. Never. I would never. Because I'm like, oh, that's hurtful to say that. Why would you tell a person, get the fuck out of here? Like,
because it's cold as hell outside. I'm trying to give it the fuck I'm going. Like, this is where I'm bored into that energy.
Like,
this is what I'm trying to tell you.
Like Joe was telling me his, I guess it was someone that he worked with or whatever was like telling him, you know, they wanted him to work late or something. He was like, dude, I gotta get out of here. It's freaking cold. I'm not staying there. I would never. You know what, Leo? Leo don't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
Go ahead.
I'll just say this. I know you're saying all that, but at the end of the day, regardless, I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change a thing about his personality. I wouldn't change a thing about your personality. I wouldn't change a thing about Robert, about Aaron, about Malik, about no one. Judy, no one. Because from each person, it's energy that you get from them. You can learn something from them, regardless whether it's good or bad. If it's bad, it's like, I don't want to be like that.
Right.
If it's
exactly.
Good,
exactly.
If it's good, it's like, I want to be like that.
Exactly.
Everybody has their own unique vibe. It's like a whole, and it all goes into the pot. And so you try to just figure out, you know, how I'm going to deal with that vibe over there. And so you just learn. What I learned, you may say, is I'm managing it all.
Right. That's why we having this conversation.
That's right. That's all I'm doing is managing it all in my own way. And for me to do it is I love, and I say this, I love everybody. I have, you know, it don't mean that I don't like everything you do, but I love everybody.
Right.
Okay? And that's all that's important. It's like ain't nobody, you don't find two people that's alike, even twins. They may do things that mimic one another.
The Jody twins. Jody, same shit. They totally, right.
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 But it's just everybody is unique.
Got their own
shit. It's like a recipe. You got your own, and you have to learn how to manage it all. And if you don't, it could drive you crazy. But for me, what I choose to do is just kind of, for me to keep myself fueled and fired and fueled. It's like I need to be like in what probably like a you know, I guess what they'll call
meditation,
like the monk
meditation, right?
Yeah,
right.
You just kind of like say
Tai Chi,
vibe, and then when somebody comes to you, now you ready to come out.
That's what preachers do. They sit around and wait for shit, right? But now,
that's
look,
all it is.
This dude has been very patient. I gotta get him the fuck out of here.
It was really hard.
Why? That's what I wanted to talk about.
This is what it was, cause
are you lonely? What is it? Why was it hard?
No, you know what? Thanksgiving I was here, and I don't know what it was, but I know it was. I just started thinking. I was freaking out. I started thinking about Bob. I was like, oh Lord, wait a minute. Thanksgiving is coming. I have been talking to quite a few people just say at work and stuff. People like, yeah. And this girl was like, yeah, every Thanksgiving we go to my brother's house and we sit around. I get to see my nephew. And so at first it didn't bother me. Then when I got home, I started thinking, I'm like, oh yeah, she said she wanted her brothers, our nephews and everything.
Keywords start hitting your
so
right, yeah, right,
all of
bombarding your subconscious.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Like,
I can already hear what
right.
you're saying.
So I used to go to my brother.
Them words, right? Yep.
And then I said, man, this is toe up. I can't even go to Bob's house. He ain't even there. It's not the same.
Let me stop this, Judy. Look.
Michael Jackson, Luther Vandross, and just Prince, calling some people out. Some people is one of a kind.
Right.
You cannot, I don't care what.
You can't replace him, right.
Bruno Mars is the best example of, to me, Michael Jackson, Prince. But he's not Michael
But
Jackson.
you can't duplicate, right. It's like Kobe with Jordan. You can,
so
it is
Rob,
what it ain't.
To me,
LeBron.
I tell Felicia this all the time. You are never going to understand it because you live in California. He's a hard act to follow.
It's hard to.
Because my brother, the stuff he did. Now you hear me what I'm saying.
I already, hey.
So that's why I struggle because it's like.
Hey.
But you know what? But listen,
hey, that's the realest shit.
You hear what I'm saying?
Hey.
But
it's a hard act to follow.
I thank God for even just bringing him to me. Let me see what it's like. So now it's sort of like the Lord said, okay, well, you know what? So when you point out, I'm just going to say this. If you just want to have an example of like being treated like a lady, whatever, there's your example.
Right.
Sometimes things happen like that. He's a hard act to follow.
Right.
Ain't nobody going to be able to. And I told Felicia and Mark, I was like, it's weird because he still exists. I see Malik, I see Robert, I see Aaron. But you know what? It takes the three of them to make him.
To make this one motherfucker type shit. I already know it's cold.
You hear me?
I know exactly what you said. And we still don't, even if you put all three together, it still ain't gonna add up. All the way right. I already know.
And even my father was.
My father was ruthless, bro.
He was.
Huh?
Are you still recording?
Yeah, I'm recording.
And even my father was all that.
Lens is blocked up a little bit. Lens.
No, it's good.
Okay. Even my father, Robert Thomas, was a bad member jammer, but he wasn't Bob.
It's a distinctiveness of it.
So I kind of had him like up here. The only thing I was, and I just say this, the only thing I was hoping, I told them, I said, you know, I kind of felt like when he passed, I told Malik and them, you know what, y'all need to come check on your auntie, and I'm telling y'all need to check on your auntie.
You gotta understand too, though.
Just when you can.
You gotta, when I come over here and I look at your house looking like this, mind you, my house is the same. I'm OCD type shit. Like I can see, like you OCD. Like I thought I was OCD. I'm OCD, right? You big dog OCD.
Yeah,
and then like, but I can tell you straight. And then like, in the time of things, me sitting here right now, we pick up right where we left off last time. And right, so all of the right, exactly. So all of the bullshit in between, right?
So crazy.
And it's exactly why I'm making this point. Is that like, I know it takes time for me to, and you look exactly the same. You don't look like you in the age of motherfucking.
Look, even you know what, Martin came and the other little guy came with Robert. I'm like, it's weird.
It's time and a thing. It's a time because you gotta understand in 2017, you remember about that just in August around your birthday last year, we had a time where the sun had the moon. Y'all had that eclipse that just came.
Right.
You remember your past birthday? They were talking about an eclipse over and over again.
Oh yeah, right.
Right.
But it's like
that changed.
I just met you, but it's almost like I know you.
Right. Yeah.
That eclipse that just happened when y'all.
Love endure forever. So that a person can be gone from you, but then
you pick right back up, right?
You may see them 10 years later, and you in that same moment you were 10 years ago.
Right.
And that's how these relationships are. It's like when Robert came to the door. I'm just saying, a young guy came. He was very respectable, like Martin, whatever. It's like, yeah, you welcome it, because it's sort of like the vibe is there. These people, it's just meant to be. Some things are meant to be.
The timing.
It's all meant to be.
Right.
Who knew I was gonna sit here and drink that whole bottle?
Hey, I didn't think it either. I was like, man, she gonna love it.
Look, I'm like, they gonna leave the bottle. I'm gonna finish it later.
No, that shit out there.
You know what? Because it's good camaraderie. This is what I'm talking about. You just before you.
I love you. You my blood.
But do you see what I'm saying? It's
Stop
done.
playing with me. Stop playing with me.
It's
I
done.
love you.
It's done. I love you too. It's done. And that's how you
And I'm not gonna.
You know what
I'm
I'm
making
saying.
this a video. I'm not gonna put that on the video. I'm just letting you know, like I'm not.